Well, howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. This is old amateur artist Martin D. Chandler coming at you once again here from Manland. Yes, I was watching one of my favorite channels out there. It goes by the name of I'm a Redneck Cockerham. Yes, sir, I think he's the most famous redneck of them all. Well, kinda, sorta. And it seemed to me on his Friday night cooking shows, he was trying to cook some spaghetti in the oven. Well, I don't know about that, but it kind of inspired me. I'd go back to where I got my roots from. We're going to cook spaghetti in a tin can. Stay tuned. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself here, and I'm going to try to make this a shorty video, like I said, I'm not going to use my Stanley Adventure camp cook set here. I'm going to retire it just for an episode or so. But I am going to use some of my other sets, my cook sets that I'm using here. See my miniaturized hobo, what I call my miniaturized improvised pot stand, set up just here for the IKEA. Got to get back into my Stanley here, because I'm going to use my, what I call the Donnie Pavellini Outdoors Trangia. Now, that there's a Chef Boyardee. Now that right there is spaghetti and meatballs, and that's more appropriate because that's what we're going to be cooking in this tin can. No, we're not going to use the microwave version. We're going to make it from scratch. I'm using this right now to store my Trangia in. Yes, sir. That right there is the genuine deal. Going back to my pack. It just so happens it holds my snap-on light there. But I got my two pegs cut down to where they fit inside that dude. I've got everything compact. Put this right here in what I call the number 3 position. This is just a tin can bottom that I use as a catch pan, flash pan, whatever I happen to need it for. In this case, it's going to be my spillover. Taking the snuffer off of that Trangia, opening the top up, setting it down on just like that. Gonna take my little improvised pot stand that sits just right on top of that dude right there. We're gonna put a few in there to light her up, and we're gonna cook our spaghetti inside this tin can. And I see right now I'm gonna have to raise the camera up just a bit to make sure it's all in shot. Now there ain't no big secret to this right here. Got my hybrid fuel inside the Trangia, gonna light her up there. Gonna take my little improvised pot stand there for the IKEA. Just kind of want to make sure that it's all centered good, so I get the best of all worlds there. Now this pot stand acts like a heat sink. You're going to see this thing glowing red probably, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it's what I come up right now for what I've got. Right now this happens to be a coffee can, and it's got about that much water in there. Well, right about there. I'm going to go ahead and set it on top, and we're going to let this water start to heat up. Now I'm using the lid, my improvised lid from a Stanley Adventure camp cook set that I made. This is one of those candle container tops, and of course it does fit nicely on top of that tin can. In case anybody's interested, I can't really tell you where to go to get these things, but they usually are a large size jar, and it has this snap-on deal on top of it. There's several other lids that will fit this type of can. But I'm letting that heat up good. I don't know if y'all can see this right here. See that ledge there, how it's done heated up and started to glow orange? But it does a fine job What we're doing right now is just boiling the water, and we're going to use this right here, Ronco spaghetti. It happened to be on sale. Now, I'm cooking just a small amount for myself. Not going to be cooking a whole lot on this little cook kit. Just want to show you that it can indeed be done. Tin can cooking. Going to pull out about, just a small handful of that right there. Now, of course, now that spaghetti is taller than the can, and I like to break it up, plop it in there, get it down there real good, put the top back on, and let the water do its magic. One thing I like to do too is add just a little bit of cooking oil to that water, not much. Oh, about that much right there. Now I got to show y'all this. Check out some of that flame action coming up around that can from that Trangia. Ooh, ain't that pretty? Kind of looks like the 4th of July there going on. And while I got the camera out, the lid is a little hot. It ain't that hot, but we've already got some heated up action going. Tin cans cook real fast. Keep that in mind. Put my top back on and set this dude back in the cradle. Oh, and I want to show y'all two ways that I've got to remove the lid in case it does get too hot. This is a magnet. Pops the top right off. If I don't want the magnet on there, I got me another little backup. My suction cup. I give it a good lick like this in case you don't realize what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a lick. Simple. Stick it on top. Takes the top off. Can y'all see that pretty good? I hope you can. I had to readjust everything here. Trying to get it where you can see it. Gonna give it a little stir. That spaghetti's coming along nicely. Alright, I will be using the Stanley here, but it's only to hold the spaghetti. I'm gonna try to do this without making a mess. Let me say this right quick like. That spaghetti has nothing but some oil in there. There's no seasoning. Now you can season your spaghetti noodles up like you want to. I normally put a little either garlic powder in there, or I normally put some onion powder, a couple of pinches of salt, something like that. But I'm trying to stay away from salt because I know that I'm a redneck cocker ham is trying to lose a little bit of that weight, and I'm sure that salt and all that stuff don't help. Now seasonings is good for you, but you got to remember the seasoning is going to be in the spaghetti sauce. The noodles can remain plain. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. Oh, and by the way, I had to show the bottom of that tin can. Do you see any smut or soot on there? You see a little bit of that, I'm not really sure what that is. Little white spots. Don't know how well that's showing up there. But you can still read the label. There's no smut, soot, none of that black stuff, gooky stuff that you normally get from isopropyl alcohol. Like I say, that all goes back to my hybrid fuel theory. Got my lighter, gonna light it back up. There we go. This time I'm gonna use the simmer ring that comes with it in about the half-cocked position here, because I want to just brown the ground beef. Boy, that pretty. That's some good, pretty looking stuff. Stuff's expensive as hecky hoo. $4.59 a pound. $5.97 for the whole package. It's 1.30 pounds. That's 1.30 pounds. Ground beef is outrageous. I got one good clump, two good clumps. About that much in there. Very little. I'm just doing this for myself. But I'm going to keep an eye on this ground beef and just kind of stir it around, kind of mush it around a little bit. Let it get good and brown. Yep, that's done. Got to get into your work, man. You got to get into your cooking. We don't want to scald this meat. Remember, this is a tin can. And if you want to help speed it up, at this point you can put the lid back on. Help collect some of that heat. Well, I like that magnet, man. I've used this for a while. And this lid right here, it cools off real quick. Doesn't hold the heat. I took that dude off of there so y'all could see it. I went in and put the snuffer back into the snuff position here on the Trangia. And now I gave it a good stir and it's all done. You can see all that good beef fat down in there. Yes, sir. That's tin can ecstasy. Now I got all kinds of ways of doing spaghetti sauce, but I happen to like the Savior collection. This is mushroom, and it's only $1 a jar. You also got that powdery stuff right there that you can do. But since we're making this a very, very simple video, just to show that you can cook in a tin can, I'm gonna pop the top on this puppy right here, just like that. Gonna add that sauce in there. About that much right there. Try not to make a mess. Give this right here a good stir. See, the tin can's cooled down already. Look at that sauce in there, man. Ain't that pretty? Now I'm gonna heat all this back up. I'm gonna turn the stove back on. Get this right here back to the position I need it in. Go get my lighter. Notice where I have it positioned here inside my IKEA with the lid door open. See? See? Ow! Ow! Jesus! Remember, I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. Gonna put my pot stand back on top. We're gonna put that sketty right there on top of it like that. Make sure it's still lit. Yeah. Got enough fuel to do this, I believe. Oh, hold on. Malfunction. Keep a close eye on that. Make sure it don't do us damage as far as getting overheated or superheated, which it shouldn't. There's your pot holder right there. Snap-on tools. Snap it on, baby. Now in this right here, you can add all kinds of stuff. You can add actual mushrooms to it. Little seasoning, little salt, pepper, however you like it. Little garlic flavor in there, some garlic powder. You can even throw in my favorite, parsley flakes. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that just for the heck of it. Because I like my parsley flakes. And why not just a little bit of onion powder. Just a bit. I can hear it sizzling already. Ooh. Ain't nothing like some good old-fashioned tin can cooking. Like I say, the purpose of the video is to show the versatility of the tin can. It came out mighty fine. Now I could have sat there and put the spaghetti into the tin can and moosh it all up and ate it straight out of there, but you know, I gotta make it look good for video. So I plated it up, put the spaghetti sauce on top of the spaghetti, added some Parmesan cheese, added some shredded mild cheddar cheese, some black pepper, a little extra parsley flakes to make it kind of decorative, and then we got some of that 5 cheese Texas toast that I cooked here in my oven. That's right, because I got one. I could have used a hobo oven, but man, I'm hungry. Now, as pretty as that right there is, that don't mean nothing to me. Let's find out how it tastes. P.S. By the way, y'all need to go check out old I'm a Redneck Cockerham. Yes, sir. He has one of those every Friday. He tries to do it every Friday, a little cooking show that he does. And it's very funny to watch. Him and his youngins. Dude, man, you rock. I enjoy your show. I try to watch it as many times as I possibly can. You're a brother in the community, and I appreciate you so much. I really do mean that. Take care of yourself, and don't worry about the cooking, man. But you're one in a million, man. I tell you what, you're one of my favorite channels out there. I enjoy watching it. And I hope that y'all would take an adventure over to his place and take a gander at what he's got going on over there. He's the I'm a Redneck Cocker Ham, and I guarantee you it's going to be well worth watching. Kind of like a home video version, you know what I'm saying? Peace. Dude, that rocks. Tin can cooking. Live on. I like to do shout outs within shout outs, and I've got so many that I really want to say, but I don't want to fill up all the shout outs. It doesn't quite stick in your brain, you know. This video here is, of course, to I'm a Redneck Cocker Ham, but I'd like to give a little subtitle shout out to the M.I. Wookie. The M.I. Wookie. His link is also in the description box below. Y'all check him out. He's one cool feller. Man, all them shout outs make me hungry. Golly. Look at that, man. Look, ooh, yeah. It's just, I love it. Oh, my cheese, my cheese. There we go.